The best first performance mod you can do for your car? Tires. Now, I know it ain't too sexy. You know, you usually want to go out and say, I got me a big ass cam in my car, or I went and I got heads and the Supercharger, and I did. That's all fun and dandy, but it's really important that you can actually stick to the road. Imagine this. You're a sprinter. You know, you're going to the Olympics and you're getting ready to go and you're going to try and chase Usain Bolt's record, but your coach hands you some ice skates. You're going to go try and do a sprint with ice skates. They ain't going to work real well. Same analogy applies when you're driving your car. You want to get great performance, get all that power to the ground, take off and be lightning quick, get you some great tires. Now this car, this is a 2008 Corvette. I've got 2 sets of tires, got 2 sets of rims. One are weld bead locks, and those have Mickey Thompson's, and that's amazing. But for my everyday driving, these are aluminum forged rims, and they have the Nittos on there, and they're really great tires for going around town. I still get traction, and it's safe. Neglected to mention that at the beginning. It's about safety as well. You don't want to get your girl in the car and then go all squirrely and slam into a tree. That ain't nice. That ain't nice. Let me give you an example of exactly what happened. So I was down in old Mexico, and I was at a gas station there, and a boy was right next to me, and he had himself one of them Charger Hellcats. I think the Charger looks better than the Challenger. What do you think? But anyways, he's like, hey man, what you got in there? And I told him, you know, it's an LS3. I got heads cam, I got, you know, straight exhaust and all sorts of little goodies in there, suspension. And he's like, yeah, well, I got 707 horsepower, because his was a couple years older. It wasn't the full 717 that they got now. Anyways, do you want to race? I don't know. So I took a look around his car. I walked all the way around and I paid special attention to the tires. And something I noticed, it actually showed the year of manufacture was 2019. Right now, we're in the year of 2023. So what that means, them tires are 4 years old. Yeah, he got tread on them, but the compound starts to lose its availability to grip onto the road as they dry out as time progresses. So did I want to race? Hell yeah, I want to race. So again, we're down in Mexico, and we lined up at the next light after we made it out of the gas station. Light changes, boom, I'm gone like a bat out of hell, man. I am just freaking gone. And by the time he made it to the end, I was sitting there just, you know, throwing back a cold one, ready to hand him one as, you know, like consolation prize because he got his butt whooped. But what actually happened when he pushed the accelerator and he mashed that thing straight to the floor, Jack, the rear end of his car was crab walking all over the place. He was just a sliding around. It looked like he was trying to be in a demolition derby. That rear end was everywhere. And when I say I beat him, I mean I friggin' annihilated him. And if this dude doesn't get off my bumper, I am going to flick a big booger on his windshield. I swear, I wish it was like the old days, you know, like Spy Hunter, the video game. You could push the button, the oil slick comes out. That ain't nice. I'm just joking. Don't do that. Tires are super important in the terms of performance. It'll give you more gains than just about anything else, because what happens? You throw yourself a big old supercharger on your car, you push the horsepower up 200 horsepower more, but the tires can't grip. They just spin. What was the point? There was literally no point. As opposed to taking the car that you got now and making it hook up like a demon and just fly. When was the last time that you changed your tires? That's a good question. I think you should go out and take a look. I'm going to put a photo here that shows you about where you can look on the tire and what to look for. It'll tell you the year of manufacture, and if your tires are more than what I believe to be more than 24 months old, time to replace them. Now this car, it only has 24,000 miles on it, and it was manufactured in 2008. But I got new tires less than, 6 months ago, I believe. And the performance is just insane. Now, do you need to go out and get Toyo R888s? No, those are amazing tires. I've had them, they are amazing. But that's not really necessary. Again, why am I trying to do that? My glasses is up here. The point I'm trying to make is you need something that's going to be safe, that's going to be reliable, and that's going to let you hook up and run. Next thing you're going to want to think about getting are going to be probably rims, suspension, brakes, all your unsprung weight. And we're going to touch on all those things in the future. What can you realistically expect to spend for quality tires? That's a hard question to answer because it depends on your setup. Mine is staggered on this one because I have much wider tires in the rear than I do the front. I have 315s in the rear and 285s in the front. So obviously the cost of the tire is going to be a little bit different. How much should you spend on tires? You should spend as much as you can comfortably afford. My buddy Wes, he's got a 2019 Mustang. Roush. And that thing's got 700 and some odd horsepower to the ground because even on top of the regular kit, he done even more to it. He's a lunatic. But when he got new tires for his car, he had the option of getting the same tires that I got, but he wanted to save a couple bucks. And he did. He saved about 50 bucks a tire. But the performance was sacrificed. Really was. You got that much power, you have to make sure you can put it to the ground. It's important to know, is this going to be your everyday driver or is this going to be your sometimes driver? Because your sometimes driver, you want to go with, the Toyo R888s. You want to go ahead with some of those really high-end tires. Do it. If you can afford it, do it. But if it's going to be your everyday driver, which this is again a C6, I everyday drive this thing everywhere. I mean everywhere, Jack. I put the Nittos on here. They're fantastic. Finally, this dude in a damn Flex is trying to pass me acting like he's all hardcore. Sir, you are not. So if somebody asks me, should I put a supercharger or tires on my car to get better performance right out of the gate, I'm going to say tires, 100%.